Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. So today is a very exciting day. It is my first tutorial Tuesdays, although I might put this up on Monday night, just depending, because I know a lot of people are going to want to see this particular video because of the timing of the palette. So without any further ado, let's get right into Tutorial Tuesdays. Today's tutorial and review will be on the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette. I waited in line yesterday at Morphe to get this. I will let you guys know right now, I have been dying to open it. I refused to open the package because I wanted to experience it here with you guys. And just to let you know, I'm a little bit biased. Maybe a good or a bad thing. I have a lot of Jeffree Star products. I love Jeffree Star products. But I also have high expectations, so this better perform. That being said, I did get a few other items to play with. One of them has nothing to do with Jeffree Star, and I want to play with this today because I do a lot of colors, and I am not one for cleaning the brushes as often as I probably should. So this is called Color Switch. It is a Morphe product, I guess, or Vera Mona sold at Morphe, and it allows you to clean your brushes as you go. And it's supposed to like instantly get the color off and so on and so forth. So we're going to try this out today. It'll be my first time using this product. So as we go along with our color scheme. I did get one of the glosses, and I have been dying to open the new Jeffree Star mirror. So I got the crown mirror to play with. Love this. This is so cute. So we'll be using this. Here is what you see when you open the box. I will say, when I saw him show this, I was a little concerned that this was going to be a little bit cheap, but it does feel really, really good. The velvety texture is really nice. I do like the shape, and of course, just like all other Jeffree Star palettes, it is very, very heavy. This is what you see inside the palette. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, there are 17, 18 different shades here. So we are going to go through and do a quick swatch of each of the shades, and then I will try to figure out what color scheme I'm going to do with this look. I will be wearing this look out later tonight. So let's just start right at the top with Your Majesty. Your Majesty is it's almost like a creamy matte off-white. So we'll just swatch that right here. And yeah, I mean, it's a creamy matte off-white. Very pretty. His formulas are always amazing. That one's one of his mattes. This one, Take the Crown, is a little bit more of a shimmery light purple. So we'll go ahead and swatch that there. Oh, that is pretty. And you know, there's one thing about Jeffree Star. His textures are so creamy and just, they lay down so well. We're going to go down to the second row and do Deviant. Deviant is a kind of another soft purple. It's a matte. And again, nice creamy matte purple, very light. Next we are going to dive into Beauty Sleep, which is I honestly don't even know how to describe the color. It's kind of a purpley pink metallic. We've got another shimmery kind of metallic color going on there. And oh wow, that one's really pretty. So we've got Beauty Sleep there. Next we have Wet Drool. Now this is supposed to be one of Jeffree Star's new formulas. So I'm really excited to see this one. So oh yeah, that is gorgeous. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick that one up, but that is I mean, I'll even add a little bit more to just see if you guys can really see it. Let's put this on my hand. This is gorgeous glitter shimmer kind of shade that you can see there. So if you see it in the light, very pretty. It almost reminds me of a highlighter instead of a eyeshadow. Next we have Royal Pain. Royal Pain is like a mauve kind of deep matte color. So we'll go ahead and place that right there. Oh, very pretty. Very pretty. It looks more pinky, definitely, once you lay it down than it does in the pan. Beautiful matte shade. Next we have Dungeon. Dungeon is, it looks like a very deep matte purple. Let's swatch that. Oh yeah. And you know, I have to say, I've played with a lot of purple products, and especially a deep purple like this very, very, very hard to get these pigments correct. And he so far has done an excellent, excellent job. I mean, beautiful, beautiful laydown. Next, we're going to get into Scandal Water, which looks more of a purpley blue kind of color. Another matte shade. So Scandal Water. I will say this one, the payoff's not as nice as some of the other ones. But, you know, just a second swipe and you've got a nice, it's almost like a deep matte royal blue, but not so bright. Very pretty. It's definitely purpley. So next we are going to get into Sworn Enemy. Now this one I think is probably one of the most interesting colors. It's this, I don't know what to call that, almost an green gold, looks like it's going to be a shimmery type of shade. Definitely one of the more interesting colors in the palette. Not really sure how I feel about it being in this particular color scheme, but let's try it out. So it's definitely got that kind of wet, creamy feel to it. Yeah, it's almost like a green gold. It's a little deep for me. I can tell you though that this would probably look really good with girls with like a deeper skin tone. I don't think this is something that I would wear very often, but it's nice to have. Next we have Pink Magic. Pink Magic is another, it looks like a glittery metallic-y kind of shade. Hot pinkish almost. So let's lay this down here. Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. I am loving, loving, loving this palette. I'm loving the laydown. And as you can see with his palettes, it takes one swipe and you've got a lot of color payoff. And I mean, just look at that shimmer, that glitter. It's so pretty. Next, we have a beautiful metallic red. It's called Bleeding Heart. It has a little heart-shaped indent on it. So we will put Bleeding Heart right here. And I mean, that is a red if you ever saw one. And when he says Bleeding Heart, it does look like blood. That is a beautiful, beautiful, again, almost wet red shade. So next we have Executioner, and Executioner, I can already tell you, is a deep, deep, deep black with a kind of a sparkly pigmentation to it. So let's go ahead and dive right into Executioner. Oh, I hope that picks up on camera. That is so glittery and gorgeous. Wow. I have so many looks I would wear that color with. Beautiful, beautiful shade. Okay, now for row 4, we are going to start with High King. High King is a mauve purple color. It's a matte shade. We are going to go ahead and go up on the top portion of the arm because I'm running out of room. So we're going to go into High King. So this one kind of reminds me of Scandal Water in that you don't get quite as much payoff in the first go, but still a beautiful, beautiful color. You just might need to, you know, go in a second time, which is very rare with Jeffree Star's eyeshadows, but still not a lot of fallout, very, very clean. Next we're getting into Vivid Mood, which is a beautiful matte purple, a little bit darker than your Deviant shade. It's kind of more of a true lavender purple. So there you go, your matte. Again, Vivid Mood. Next, we're going to get into Monarchy. Now, I can tell you right now that this is the transition shade in the palette. He usually always has at least one very, very good crease transition shade in his palettes, and Monarchy is going to be the one here. Monarchy is a nice matte tan shade. Going to be very good for blending out a lot of these colors. So there you go. As you can see, again, very, very matte tan shade. Next, we are going to get into Blood Queen. Blood Queen is definitely a more vibrant, deeper purple. It's another matte shade. So let's go ahead and dive right into Blood Queen. Oh, beautiful. Guys, wow. I mean, the pigment, it just, he never disappoints. All right, guys, we're down to the absolute last 2 shades I'm kind of excited to dive into. The second to last shade is called Vile Serpent, and these are like some of my favorite colors. You'll notice my intro is a teal. I am in love with teal shades, blues, but this one is gorgeous, and it's something that I definitely felt was missing. He has a dark, almost teal in his Bluebud palette. I will post a picture here. But this one is kind of a deeper shade that I was really looking for some of my teal looks. So I'm actually excited to see this one and play with this one. So this one is Vile Serpent. So we will swatch that right here. Again, a little bit of fallout, but I mean, his shades are so true to what you're pulling out of the pan. Just beautiful, beautiful shade. And last but not least, we have Betrayal. Betrayal's another like metallic pink. And so we will take Betrayal here. And very, very true to color. It's like a metallic purpley pink color. Alright guys, so that does it. Again, this is the shot of the Bloodlust palette with all the colors. Swatches here and here. Beautiful, beautiful pigment. Love the palette so far. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get my hair pinned back, and as you can see, I have already laid down my foundation, done my eyebrows, base, blush, bronzer, all on. So we're going to just start playing right in the palette. So I'm going to pick a couple of colors that I want to use for today's look, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm thinking we're going to just do a very simple look. We will go with an exterior kind of outer corner darker purple. We'll probably take the crown because that was a beautiful shimmery purple on the lid, and then deepen up the crease and then do a transition shade. We're going to kind of go really basic today. Again, I have to wear this out. Just to let you know, when I do Tutorial Tuesdays and I'm doing a product review, I typically am going to do 2 different looks. I'll do one on each side. So that being said, one of the things I always do is prime my eyelids, okay? I have darker, kind of more deep set eyes, so I have to use a primer anytime I'm using color. I know there's a lot of different opinions on primers out there, but I feel like, you know, if you're using a colored eyeshadow, and especially if you have kind of deep set eyes where your just darkness shows through a little more, using a primer can make a huge difference in how bright and vibrant your colors are. So I'm just using a little bit of MAC Painterly Paint Pot. That is my go-to eyelid primer. I know a lot of people use a brush, but I tend to find that just a little sponge, this is a Jeffree Star Morphe sponge, just works really well at getting it into my little lines because, you know, I don't have perfect skin on the top of my eyes. That color sets right in very nice, and as you can see, just how much it brightens it up. So okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I do like to always start with the transition shade. I know some people use colors as a transition shade, and I will put color in my crease. But, you know, just to bring it up to the brow, I typically will go in with a tan. So, since I only see one tan transition shade in here, we are just automatically going to go right in with Monarchy, and I'm going to be using my Morphe Y19 Fluffy Blender brush. We're going to go right in with Monarchy and see how it goes. So, very pretty, basic transition shade. Nothing too special about it. You know, it's a Jeffree Star shade, so it lays down really nice. You don't need a whole lot. And that's always my recommendation, too, especially when you're doing a deeper transition shade. Build it up. You know, if you're using a good eyeshadows will build, meaning you can start with a little bit, you can build into a little bit more. You don't have to try to go in too heavy. Don't rush when you're doing colored looks either. You definitely want to take your time and blend everything. Just slowly build, slowly blend and buff, and you'll always get a nice, beautiful blended out colored look. So next I always like to go in with my deeper shade, whatever I'm going to be using in my outer corner. So I sometimes will blend that into the crease, sometimes I'll use a different color. I think for now, I'm thinking what we're going to do is I'm going to go in with Blood Queen. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and hit it with Blood Queen, and I might soften it out a little bit with Vivid Mood. So again, just to show you which ones I'm using, Blood Queen is here, Vivid Mood is here. So I might soften it up a little bit with that because I don't want it to be quite so pink. As you can see, I'm wearing kind of a deeper purple. But Scandal Water is too blue, so we're going to go with Blood Queen. And again, this is what I was just telling you with building it out. So I'm going to go in very light because I'm not really sure how this color is going to perform or what I'm going to want to go to from there. So far, so good. So I'm just using kind of a little bit denser brush. I'm using the Morphe R41 to just kind of pack it in. So I'm just going to kind of pack it on, and then once I've got it packed on and I have it to the consistency and color that I like, I will go ahead and start blending it out. So next I'm going to go ahead and take a semi-clean brush. This is the Jeffree Star JS6, just fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and go in to my crease, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this in as my crease color. It's light enough to where if I deepen it out, I think this is going to fit really good in the crease, so I don't pack any into my crease in this kind of look where I'm kind of trying to go a little lighter. I just will take kind of the excess that I've already put onto my eye here and just kind of pull it in. And again, very lightly, don't tug on your skin. That's an easy way to make your aging process go a lot faster. Just lightly brush up against it, and as you can see, that color is pulling right into that crease. I'm just going to blend this out. But tugging or pulling or pushing too hard with your brush, for one, it's not going to make the product move any better or faster, and two, it's going to severely age your eyes. So as you can see, it's pulling that color right in, and it's giving me that nice light, because again, I want a light look. I don't want to go too deep on my purples today. This is something I'm going to be wearing out. I don't want to look too crazy. So we're just going to keep blending. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other eye. Okay, go back in with my blending brush, and we're just going to blend that right out. And keep in mind that building, so as you can see, I'm a little bit lighter on one side than the other. I'm going to deepen this one up a little bit. I am going to be adding another color into the crease. I might go with that darker blue, bluish purple, just because again, I kind of want to deepen this up a little bit. I am definitely loving the way this is going out. And just to update you, I mean, of course, pigment is beautiful, it's laying on well. And one of the biggest things I've learned with patchy, one of the biggest things I've learned with purples is they're patchy. So purples are definitely, I've noticed, very hard to formulate. So I'm just going to kind of get a little bit more on the edge here to get into the crease. Just want to deepen that crease up a little bit more before I go in with my next color. And honestly, this, again, this is Blood Queen. It is definitely laying down as more of a true purple than a pinky purple that it kind of looks like in the pan. It's definitely blending in very nicely. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk here, and this could ruin the whole look, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go with what you feel. And I think I'm gonna just take just a little bit of Scandal Water, which is the more blue purple. And again, if you're doing things like this is a great tutorial for if you're taking risky chances with your makeup. I'm going to grab myself a clean brush. I'm going to get a little bit smaller. I'm actually going to go in with the, I usually use this for under my eyes, but this is the JS13. It's a very small, kind of denser brush to just pack a little bit of this on. I want to see how it goes with the Blood Queen. I just want to deepen this color just a smidge. Okay, I'm going to take that same brush, and here's our chance to use our color switch product. So remember, we have the pink on here. I just want to see how it cleans. So I'm going to take it and just put it on here, and instead of putting it directly on my eye, I'm going to run it on just a clean napkin I have here in front of me and just see if anything comes off on the napkin. And no. So color switch so far seems to work. So I'm going to go back in with my JS6 fluffy blending brush. I'm going to blend those two colors together a little bit better. Yeah, and I'm definitely liking that purple. So see the difference? See how that blends versus that blends? I'm liking this one definitely a whole lot more. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out and bring it in to the crease as well, just slightly. And just deepen it up. And that is going to be our outer V color for the night. So finished this side and the fore side. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. so I think that does it for our outer V look. I'm loving the color payoff. Again, I mean, I'm not even surprised. This is Jeffree Star. This is just how good he is. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build out a little bit. I want to add a little bit of lightness to the front. So before I go in with Take the Crown, which is our kind of more metallic-y, shimmery purple on the top there, I'm going to go in with Deviant and just kind of lighten up the inside. Alright, so I'm using a brush. I had done a blue look the other day, which was with my JS11, kind of my packing brush. I want to use this for Deviant and Take the Crown for the purple, and I will say that the color's definitely not cleaning off here as well as it was, so maybe it was because the other one was a fluffy brush that the color switch cleaned a little bit better, but I'm going in over the paper towel just to see, just again, testing the product. I should have cleaned my brushes, but this one is definitely not cleaning as well as the other one, but it works. It's just not as well as the other one did. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go in with Deviant and pack that all over the lid and see how it goes. And I'm just going in light with this color just because this is not going to be the final look. I'm kind of just laying a base for that more iridescent Take the Crown. I just want a little bit of purple underneath so that it really comes through as a nice deep purple. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the same brush. Just go ahead and use my color switch and just kind of wipe it off. This one's not as important to make sure it's clean because I'm going in with another nice purple. So I'm going to go and Take the Crown. And what I like to do is I usually will wet my brush. In this case, I'm just going to kind of go over it because I want to test it. Jeffree Star's metallics, his glitters, are very good at taking, you know, going on the eye with no water or anything on your brush. No, well, don't ever use water. Use like a setting spray, something like that. But I just want to see how it performs without anything, and then if it doesn't perform well enough to my liking, then we will go ahead and spray our brush. Okay, so you're getting some payoff, but of course, you know, very typical. When you're using metallics and glitters, you want to use some sort of spray. It just makes them pop so much more. So I really want to get some shine out of this. I really want this interior color to pop. Interior. Inside lid, inner corner color to pop. There I go, dropping stuff. I'm going to break the mirror I just bought. Klutzy Miss Flex. So we're just going to take some of our MAC Fix Plus, give this a little spritz, and go back into that color. And let's see if that payoff improves. Guys, I am really loving this palette. I'm loving this look. Setting spray definitely gave me a little bit more payback. Just want to make sure you're not getting any chunks. And just in case I'm getting any kind of fallout, I'm just going to do a quick brush over. So I'm just going to kind of go on the edges here. You want to make sure that the two colors are blended well, because you don't want that kind of sharp line that you get between the colors. But overall, I'm really happy with this look so far. So next we're going to go ahead and do the brow bone highlight. I like to just take kind of a very small kind of like a packing brush. And I'm going to go ahead and use Beauty Sleep and just kind of see how that looks highlighting up here. Nice and light on the brow bone. Because again, Beauty Sleep's more of a kind of metallic, which means it would work a little bit better with water, but we don't want that super wet, super metallic effect. We just want to highlight. So just going straight in with a nice little packing brush. And by the way, this is my Morphe. I use a lot of Morphe brushes. Honestly, I've used this thing so much. I think it's the E43, but I can't even read it anymore. This brush has seen some better days. So we're going to continue with that. And I think I am going to go ahead and just kind of match up. Sometimes I'll do a different look, but I'm going to go ahead and match up on my lower lash line. So I like to start with kind of a thinner, kind of blender brush, but a little bit denser. The Morphe E37 I think works really well for just going right underneath the waterline. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with, I'm going to go ahead and take Blood Queen. and Scandal Water, the two that we blended up in the outer corner before, I'm just going to kind of mix them together in the pan and see how that comes out if I have to layer it up like I did before. And I just kind of want to make that lower lash line meet. In this case, I'm going to only take it about halfway in because, again, I want a slightly lighter look, and if you go all the way in, it just kind of gives you too dark and smoky of a look. Does anybody else make that face? I'm sure you guys are watching me like, what is this face she's making? And sometimes I'll take this moment to just kind of correct any blending issues with that V. Again, your V is, you know, you want it to kind of go with the shape of your eye. So if your eye is going like this, as you can see there, that's the best way to know how to wing and also V out your eyeshadow. But sometimes I'll take this time, since I'm blending the same colors together, if you're blending the same colors together, keep that in mind, to just kind of even up that little V a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Morphe E36, and I'm going to take Deviant and rub that pretty much almost to the inner corner on the lower lash line, and I'm going to blend it in to the outer color that we just used. And a good trick too is if you're using something that's a similar color like this, because it is, I mean, they're all purples, they're very close. You can just take that and kind of blend it over the middle section here, and as you can see, it's going to just kind of give you that ombre kind of gradient effect of the eyeshadow. We're just going to blend, 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 and just smoke it out. Smoke it all the way out. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and try that color switch again. We're going to take our more dense brush. We're going to take our JS13 that we used earlier. I like to use this to go right into the inner corner. I am not like a lot of people who just do a light inner corner. I actually take mine out a little further. I just really like to blend it into the rest of the eyeshadow. So we are going to start. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like this. I don't like this color switch thing. You're trying to clean it, and it's actually fraying the bristles of my brush out. So in the middle of the video, I'm going to give the, what is this called? Veramona color switch a hard pass. But that being said, let's go ahead and take my, again, my JS13 and dive right into Beauty Sleep and see if this is going to work as an inner corner highlight for me. I'm okay with that. It gives into the purple fantasy. I kind of wanted to go with a lighter, kind of whiter inner corner highlight, but I am a-okay with this. It's almost like a pinky iridescent. So honestly, I am not a big fan of eyeliners. So what I like to do is I'm going to take my Morphe M165. It's just a flat brush. This one has seen better days also. I'm going to take this. I'm going to spray it down with a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus. And then what I'm going to do is on my dark eyeliner colors that I'll use in my palettes, like Dungeon, I will take and go just in the very side corner. And I will remember the next time I use this product that that is where I take my eyeliner brush. And you will notice with a lot of my looks, I don't do a lot of wings unless I'm doing a smoky eye. A lot of the times I'm just going right in here to the outside corner and just doing a nice little line. It's going to blend in well with my eyelashes, and that's it. And voila. So we've got a liner on. Let me clean this up a little bit. Trust me, this is all going to come together as soon as I throw a lash on. Alright guys, so that pretty much completes the eyeshadow look. I will be back in just a moment, and then we'll get into the lip gloss that I got. I want to see how the lips look, so I will be right back. Alright guys, so I am back. I have added some lashes. I went ahead and put in some purple contacts and added a little bit of my Fenty Beauty highlighter. And we are ready to move on to lips. So we are going to go ahead and probably go with a lighter nude lip color, and we'll stick with the theme, and we'll stick with the Jeffree Star. And I think we're going to go in with maybe Celebrity Skin. Yeah, so that way we're not too light. So we're going to go in with Celebrity Skin, which is a base nude. It's one of my absolute favorites from him. We're going to go ahead and start there. You know, and now that I'm putting this on, I think it might be just a smidge too dark, so I'm going to keep it on the outside edges as I have it now. And I'm going to take a little bit lighter color. I'm going to go in with another favorite of mine, which is the Can't Relate liquid lip. And I'm going to kind of lighten up the inside of the lip. So I like that lighter color. I wanted a little bit lighter base to put that iridescent kind of purple on. And as I've got it sitting here, I'm going to go ahead and go in with Iridescent King. Ah. Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, the lighter lip shade was definitely a good choice for this one. I feel like a fairy princess right now. If I had a little tiara and some wings, we live in the full fantasy. I mean, gorgeous. I mean, come on, guys, look. Gorgeous. I feel like a fairy princess. It's amazing. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of our setting spray. Spray ourselves down a little bit. And this is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I'm going to take a little fan and just fan myself off. And that is it, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in for my Tutorial Tuesdays. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you've not done so already, share this with your friends, and hit that bell and you'll be informed of my upcoming videos. I will be releasing videos twice a week. Tutorial Tuesdays will be beauty related, such as product reviews, beauty tutorials, things of the like, and I will also be releasing either Fitness or Foodie Fridays where we will get into foods or fitness. You'll have to come and see which one each week. So thank you again so much for tuning in. See you next time.